Hi there, welcome to my presentation. By the way, this is Estrellieta from Journalism and Mass Communication Department of College and Arts and Sciences from the Gross Oriental State University. So for today's video, we are going to talk about the evolution and speciation of all the human life and other living organisms that exist here in Earth. So the following are the learning objectives that we should be tackled in this video. First is to explore the life of all living organisms, and second is to distinguish evolution and population from changes to individual organisms over a lifetime. Third is to study the genetic variability and natural selection of living organisms, and fourth is to identify the process of changes of all the living organisms. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. Chapter 5.3 Evolution. So first, we are going to find answers on the question, what is Earth revolution? So Earth and its atmosphere are continuously altered. Plate tectonics shift the continents, raise mountains, and move the ocean floor, while processes not fully understood alter the climate. Such constant change has characterized Earth since its beginning some 4.5 billion years ago. The evolution of this planet and its atmosphere gave rise to life, which shaped Earth's subsequent development. Our future lies in interpreting this geologic past and considering what changes, good and bad, may lie ahead. Now, what is human evolution? So in biology, evolution is the change in the characteristics of a species over several generations and relies on the process of natural selection. So the image provided shows how human evolved as time goes by. So evolution theory in biology postulating that the various types of plants, animals, and other living things on Earth have their origin in other pre-existing types, and that the distinguishable differences are due to modifications in successive generations. Okay, as you can see in the screen, there's a different types of skulls, so which means that human evolution do exist. So human evolution is the lengthy process of change by which people originated from ape-like ancestors. Scientific evidence shows that the physical and behavioral traits shared by all people originated from ape-like ancestors and evolved over a period of approximately 6 million years ago. Humans and other mammals descend from shrew-like creatures that lived more than 150 million years ago. Mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, and fishes share as ancestor aquatic worms that lived 600 million years ago, and all plants and animals derive from bacteria-like microorganisms that originated more than 3 billion years ago, according to studies. Darwin and other 19th century biologists found compelling evidence for biological evolution in the comparative study of living organisms, in their geographic distribution, and in the fossil remains extinct organisms. A fossil record is a group of fossils which has been analyzed and arranged chronologically and in taxonomic order. Fossils are created when organisms die and are encased in dirt and rock and are slowly replaced by minerals over time. So in our today's generation, there are lots of fossils that has been discovered by the different biologists and scientists that now has gone into further studies. Next is genetic variation and natural selection. What is genetic variation? Genetic variation is a term used to describe the variation in the DNA sequence in each of our genomes. Genetic variation is what makes us all unique, whether in terms of hair color, skin color, or even the shape of our faces. Individuals of a species have similar characteristics, but they are rarely identical, and the difference between them is called variation. Genetic variation is a result of subtle differences in our DNA. Single nucleotide polymorphisms, or SNPs, pronounced as SNPs, are the most common type of genetic variation amongst people. Each single nucleotide polymorphism represents a difference in a single DNA base, A, C, G, or T in a person's DNA. On average, they occur once in every 300 bases and are often found in the DNA genes. Now, what is natural selection? So natural selection is the process through which populations of living organisms adapt and change. Individuals in a population are naturally variable, meaning that they are all different in some ways. This variation means that some individuals have traits better suited to the environment than others. Some of these characters may give the individual an advantage over other individuals, which they can then pass on to their offspring. So observe the images attached in the screen. So which means that the characteristics from the father and the characteristics from the mother, when being combined, it results to the characteristics of the offspring or the baby. Natural selection and speciation. So through this process of natural selection, favorable traits are transmitted through generations. Natural selection can lead to a speciation, where one species gives rise to a new and distinctly different species. It is one of the processes that drives evolution and helps to explain the diversity of life on Earth. Attached photos and image are example of natural selection and speciation. So as you can see here in the screen, the ancestor's finch has been directly passed to the other birds, which results to insect eating, and then woodpecker type insect eating, and then the seed eating. So that is the end of the presentation. Thank you for watching again. Please take note that the photos attached were drawn by the owner and the videos came from the owner itself, and there is no copyright is included in this video. Thank you. This video is made and presented by Estrellieta Calupez from the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication Department, and this video is made for everyone to see and as submitted to Engineer Sami Kayat. Thank you.